Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. Today I want to introduce you guys to our next big project. Let me show you what we got planned. So last year we graded out this little pad back here in the woods, and I used the term graded out pretty loosely. That was before I had bought a Transit, and we got it kind of close. We got it so that it didn't feel tippy on the tractor. But over the last few days, I actually came in here, got the Transit out, and really leveled this out and actually made it bigger than what it was before. Previously, the pad had ended right about this tree here. I brought about 7 or 8 dump trailer loads of fill in and pushed this back, cleared out a bunch of trees that were all sitting back here. If you look down there, you can see all the trees. And really just made this pad a little bit bigger, because what we want to do is put up a pretty decent sized little lean-to. Originally I was thinking 16 by 20, but we might have room to go a little bit bigger than that, maybe 20 by 24, something like that in here. But I want to mill this pretty much exactly like we did the roadside stand, 6 by 6 timber frame. I'm going to mill most of the lumber myself, with the exception of probably the purlins that we're going to probably just buy some 2x4s from Home Depot. Lumber has come way down. 2x4s are dirt cheap anymore, and it's worth it to just go buy 2x4s for 140 bucks instead of spending a couple hours on the mill. But everything else, the headers, the 6x6 post, the joists, all of that we're going to mill ourselves. Now the whole goal of this lean-to shed is going to be short-term storage for the tractor and the excavator this winter. Ultimately, the long-term plan is to build a 40 by 60 equipment storage building down in the wood yard. But for this winter, it's going to get them out. And then once we build the new building, I'll be able to repurpose this for the side-by-side and the four-wheeler. So that's the plan. We got to get some milling done. Well, that escalated quickly. I just finished milling last night when it was dark out, and I wanted to come out here first thing this morning to show you what all we got done. And we went from fall to winter pretty quick. We got probably 2 to 3 inches of snow last night, and this just shows you exactly why I want to build a shelter for the excavator this winter. I mean, it's a cab machine, the snow's not going to hurt it, but having it under a roof is definitely going to make it last a lot longer. But here's what we got done yesterday. We have a dozen 3 by 10 by 12s. These are what's going to be our beams. And then we have a dozen 6 by 6 by 12s, and these are going to be our posts. Now, this is all spruce, and you might be saying to yourself, Adam, what are you doing? You can't just use rough sawn lumber for posts. You got to use pressure treated. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to build some footers and build it up and put some brackets on top of the concrete. We're going to dig post holes, pour concrete in, put brackets on top, and then that way these will not actually be ground contact. They will be exposed to the weather, but we're going to go ahead and stain them up and protect them that way. But the biggest thing is they're not going to be in contact with the ground, which should make them last quite a while. But this by far has to be my favorite part of owning a sawmill, or the #1 reason why anybody should own a sawmill, is if you want to make non-standard sizes of lumber like this. Our headers here, we made 3 by 10. You know, instead of going 2 by 10, we made them a little extra beefy. You can mill any size lumber you want. And not only that, but when you go to start milling some of this bigger stuff like 6 by 6s, if I went to the store to go buy a dozen of these, I mean, the cost would be outrageous. Like I said, lumber right now has kind of come back down to earth. 2 by 4s are not that expensive anymore. They're about $3.50 a piece, which I think, you know, pre-pandemic, they were $2.50 to $3. So they're not astronomically crazy like they were. So when it comes to milling 2 by 4s, you might be better off just buying them than using a sawmill. But if you're going to be using stuff like 6 by 6 timbers, or milling some 3 by 10 headers, or anything, any big lumber, I really think that's where the value of a sawmill comes in. Plus the ability to do live edge slab stuff like we have sitting over there just gives you so much flexibility in what you can make. If you need it, you can make it. And that's what I like about having a sawmill. I mean, if I really wanted to, I could have built this lean-to shed out of 10 by 10s, just for instance. I mean, that would have been kind of a waste, but the fact that I have the mill and I have the timber here, I could do it. And I just think that that's pretty valuable, to be able to build what you want out of whatever you want and have the flexibility to do that with the sawmill. So anyway, as you guys can see, the snow's starting to pick up again here. I'm going to get back inside, and we need to get started on this building. I can tell you one thing, I'm not going to be digging post holes and pouring concrete today. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.